Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time we did what was probably a terrible idea and fought the Radiant Hero, and now, having claimed our victory over him, we have also claimed his outfits! It looks kind of weird on someone whose arms are as scrawny as Aaliyah's, but still. I actually kind of like the way the cape looks, though. It actually does kind of feel like a combination of his Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn outfits in a sense. But okay, we're going to be cooking with Jean here, and after that, we're going to go and rescue Timera and Fogato's mother.
Hi there. Yeah, I could get used to this flavor.
I'd like to feed some to my wolf, if that's okay.
Just the way she casually says that. And since I plan on having Timera fight, here's the thing. Fenzalier and also this weapon that you can get out of the well, both of them are essentially free DLC. Their weight does go quite low when you fully forge them, and they are relatively cheap to forge. For example, I can get this one all the way up to enough weight that Timera won't get weighed down, and a semi-respectable 16 might, so I think I might go for this. Actually, attack -2 for adjacent foes synergizes with her quite well. Oh yeah, given as right now this is objectively better than the Silver Lance for Timera, I can swap that over to Louis, and I actually feel like a Great Lance would synergize well with Timera's playstyle. And for once, I don't have any silver. Solm Palace. Receiving word of Hortensia's attack, the Divine Dragon's army hastens... I feel called out for doing that paralogue. Back to Solm Palace. The battle for Solm. It's not quite as dramatic as the game makes it sound.
Queen Sephoria!
Finally! Took you long enough.
Hi there, Hortensia. Why are you still siding with them?
Let her go! Yeah, I don't think so. And don't you dare come any closer. I've got an emblem ring. It'd be so easy to kill her.
Considering last time we saw her, you had Lewin, I can believe it.
Sorry, everyone. I didn't realize she was still on Elusia's side.
I don't see any other soldiers. Did you get in by yourself?
Uh-huh. I told the guards I'd been separated from Ivy, and they let me walk right in. Now, you've got a choice. Hand over the rings, or I kill the queen.
Hortensia, don't do this.
Ivy, it's been a while. You know, I thought you were dead. I was so relieved when I heard you'd made it. But now what? You're with them?
Well,
Since Father sacrificed himself, Elusia has been working in concert with Lord Sombron. But you abandoned us! Abandoned me! Took sides with the enemy. You're a traitor, Ivy! A stinking traitor!
I have not betrayed anyone. Hortensia, please, hear me out.
I don't want to hear another word out of your dirty, double-crossing mouth! Just give me the rings!
No, Hortensia. Never.
I'm sorry! Did I not make myself clear? Hand them over or I kill the queen!
I heard you, but I'm not doing what you ask. I'd be throwing away everything she, Timera, Fogato, and the people of Solm have done. So no, I won't give you the rings, and I won't let you kill Queen Sephoria.
I just noticed there's a bit of the Solm map theme in this.
I agree with the Divine Dragon. Those rings are staying with us.
Right.
If we let the Fell Dragon have them, my country and my people are doomed. So threaten us all you want. Take my whole family hostage if it makes you happy. But I stand for Solm, and I always will.
There she is, the future Queen of Solm. And her ally, the Divine Dragon.
What's wrong with you? This is your mother! You're supposed to be scared! Cry already! Cower and beg for her life! Give me what I want! No, what I need! I need the rings! It's the only way to bring Father back!
Hortensia, he's gone. The Fell Dragon murdered him. You watched it happen. There's no way we can bring him back. Even with the rings.
You don't know that! I have to try! I have to save Father and Illusia! Everything's all wrong now! I just want to put it back how it was before!
I know how you feel.
No! Stop trying to get in my head, alright? I'll kill her! I'll do it!
I don't think you can. Not if you know the pain of losing a parent.
Well, get on with it then, if that's what you truly want. Are we doing this or aren't we?
She needs her sister now.
It's all right, Hortensia. Oh, I've been so worried about you.
Ivy?
I'm afraid I have to cut the reunion short.
Zephyr, what are you doing here?
Missed you too, Divine One. I must thank you for helping us gather so many rings. All of them, I thought. Until the princess's... rather, former princess's thievery came to light. Enough about that. More importantly, Princess Hortensia. Taking a ring without permission, sneaking off to a place like this. Naughty, naughty. Lord Sombron and Lady Vale's orders were clear. To wait, to watch. Oh, your retainers, by the way. They tried to stop us. They failed.
Where are they? What did you do to Goldmary and Rosado?
You'll have to see for yourself. Now, we hadn't planned on making a move this early, but since we're here, it would be a shame to return home without a few souvenirs. Marnie, Mavier, wouldn't you agree?
More hounds.
I did not expect it would be so easy to enter the impregnable Solm Palace.
Zephyr, what do we do with the queen? Kill her? She's not much use anymore.
No, Lord Sombron will want to savor every last drop of sovereign blood.
Ah, I gotcha.
It is implied that they are kidnapping her.
Queen Sephoria!
What a good girl you are, Princess Hortensia, coming here to get rings for Lord Sombron. Now that the three of us are here, why don't we help finish what you started? We can kill them all and head back home to Illusia. What do you say?
But I...
Come, dear. Take command. Just think. If we take their rings, we'll be so close to having all 12.
So close. Just a few more rings.
Hortensia, what's going on?
With all the rings, then Father will...
That's right. King Hyacinth will be resurrected. We'll make everything just as it was before.
Just as it was before. I will kill them all. I will take their rings. It's the only way to save Father.
Is she really going to fight us?
Hortensia, snap out of it, please. Hortensia!
Yeah, you may have noticed that her eyes just changed color.
She can't hear you, unfortunately. Enjoy killing one another, won't you?
It won't just be Hortensia we're fighting, though. Okay, first unit selection. Yep, we are up to 12 now. So, unfortunately, I kind of have to get rid of those two and put you back in. And, okay, I do have a spot for one more because the dancer hasn't joined yet. And normally I go with Merrin for this, because she's just pretty easy to use here. Good movement, can debuff enemies with daggers, do good damage. But I also kind of want to use Pandreo because I just like his character. And for some reason, my +1 fire is just sitting in the convoy, whereas Clan has, like, just regular fire, so yeah, let's just swap those out. And now this may seem a little strange, but I have this defense tonic just lying around that I haven't used. Just in case I need it. And Emblem rings. Okay. I did all that bond leveling for a reason.
I'm ready.
And I think I'm going to switch Lyn back over to Alchrist.
Lady Lyn, leave it to me.
And now onto the map itself. So we've got this moat that flyers can just zip right over. We've also got a lot of lance users on the other side, and there are also enemy flyers to take advantage of this. This map, I feel, is kind of like the obligatory castle map of this game. I mean, we already had one of those back in Firene, but this one feels a lot like the Gehenna Castle chapter in Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. But like most obligatory castle maps, you have some chests to go after, and there's some pretty good items to get in these chests. There's also some quite dangerous berserkers, fighters, a wolf knight over there. I believe there is no wolf knight over this side, though. No, there is not. And there are 2 armors down here, but also a mage with thunder. So I'm just thinking, which path will I send? No, I think I'd probably rather send Amber over this direction. And there are kind of... Okay, there's a lot more axes over on the other side, so I think I'll send Lapis over that side. I think this actually looks like a solid setup. I have Temera as my tank over on this end. I've got Alchrist to maybe try and snipe some flyers. I've got Ivy as a mage over here. I have Clan over here. I'm trying to arrange people based on supports. And yeah, you're going to go with this side because of Lapis. And then Aaliyah's going to go with the other side because of chain guarding Amber, I guess. And I think that's looking good. Oh, right, I forgot about the elephant in the room here. Well, firstly, there's a guy here with a steel blade. I like the way the illusion color scheme looks on Swordmasters, but the actual elephant in the room is we have Morvier, Marnie, Zephyr, and Hortensia to deal with. And Hortensia's level is capped. You might want to pay attention to that for later. She also now has access to Diabolical Dance, used to grant another action to allies within 2 spaces. Yeah, an enemy dancing ability. That is really terrifying. She also has the Fracture Staff, which, it's kind of fitting that she's brainwashed right now, because Fracture basically, removes the brain of any AI who wields it. I'll explain why eventually. But, Zephyr has Thoron and 2 health bars. Fortunately, Morvier and Marnie are going easy on you and only have 1 each. Marnie also has a magical smash weapon in the Hurricane Axe, which is like, it kind of makes her a little bit weaker than she really should be. And with only 1 health bar, you can take her down pretty easily. Remember that the floor here is not actually water, you can walk on it. There are some backup units over here, and also, once you approach this area towards the end, you have plenty of Emblem energy. A bunch of Wyvern reinforcements spawn from, like, the start of the map, so just remember that those are there. But okay, I think it's time to save and head out. And time for a subjectively even better version of the Solm battle theme. Yeah, we have to beat 4 bosses here. Yeah, it's a slightly more elaborate version of Bright Sandstorm. It's called Bright Bold Sandstorm now. Now, this guy has a longbow, though, so be very careful of where you position your flyers alongside this side. Okay, you will do a little bit of damage. Once again, Ivy's facing low % crit. The inside of this castle does look really nice. It's also kind of cool how you can see, like, there's a huge, like, dome over there in the distance, which is kind of where we're heading to. Doesn't really look that way when you're getting a top-down view.
Unforgivable.
Top-down view with the roofs removed. So, I definitely want to try and get rid of this Armor Knight, but,
Here I go.
I wonder if Anna will be able to do that by default with her. Yes, she will! I'm starting to feel like Lapis is maybe falling behind a little. And yeah, you see how much dual assist adds up over the course of the game.
All in a day
It wasn't necessary there, but still. A 35% chance doesn't seem like a lot, but with the sheer number of combats you'll be taking in Engage, you will notice it a lot more often than you might think. Just, again, remember to only inherit it on people who are backup classes, just like I, made the horrible mistake of thinking, oh yeah, you just give it to Ivy on my first playthrough. Kind of like those, yellow,
I need to be more diligent.
the yellow, shapes surrounding, Solm when he uses that. Yeah, I almost said like oblong, but I always used to find the word oblong really silly. It's like back in like very, very early schooling when they were trying to teach people shapes, whenever they would call, like, I always hated, like, them saying oblong. I just wished that they just call it rectangles, because to me it was always rectangles. But okay then, yeah, Aaliyah needs to take this side. Nope, doesn't really... Oh, I mean, I could use rescue to pull someone a little further in, I guess. But I did want to see...
Yes!
I kind of doubt that Alcaris will be able to
Emblem, engage!
one-shot that Wyvern Lord with Astra Storm. No, it does not look like it. Oh, actually, what about with the Silver Bow, maybe? Yeah, it looks like the Silver Bow actually will do it. And there is, yeah, plenty of Emblem energy. I'd very much... I mean, this guy will probably attack Ivy and die, but he'll do a lot of damage when he does it, so...
Now I have you.
As I've said before, this is essentially a delete one flyer button in the right hands.
Apologize later.
Alcaris may not be the best Lin user in the world, but I like the 20 range on Astra Storm, and I'm really, strength was all I was hoping for there. And he does actually snowball decently with Speed Taker sometimes.
Let's pray.
Every time I hear him say that, I think of the merciful clergyman in Persona Q. Now, let us pray! Apparently, people wish the merciful clergyman came back in Q2, just because they loved him that much in the first game. But, okay then, right. So far, things have been a little, I wouldn't say entirely uninteresting, but somewhat uninteresting. Let's see. Well, I mean, I could get... Actually, I was about to say I could get Pandreo on this guy, but then he gave up with a dagger. But it turns out that I can thunder this guy from range, and hopefully hit. I said hopefully! Alright, that slightly affects things. Kind of. Maybe not hugely. Because that thief is just going to be focused on going for the chest right now. So I'm not actually too concerned about whether or not that thief ends up, whether or not that thief dies here. Because, like, the fact that it's going to take the thief a turn to get into the... Oh, that's a really cool crit animation, actually. Did she just jump off of her Wyvern, have the Wyvern do, like, a loop, and then jump back on in the middle of the loop? That's pretty cool. But yeah, he'll take, like, a turn to open the door, then a turn to get the chest, then he'll, like, be running away. It's just... as I said back in Chapter 5, I don't find it too difficult to actually secure treasures in Engage. Let's not lock you in anymore, because I would kind of appreciate if... yeah, you only have 7 speed. Or I could... maybe it's actually for the best if I have Alcaris try and duel him with a longbow, as opposed to Anna. I don't know if Anna would do a whole lot of damage to him. That is... Oh yeah, that's the thief. The thief is not going to attack. I don't want to be, you know, speaking too soon, but... Oh, Anna has the same speed with this that she does with the Compact Axe +5. So that's kind of good to know. I mean, it's actually probably because of the build +3. I mean, I can make a start on attacking the thief. The problem is if I do this, then I get poisoned, and I don't exactly want to be poisoned going into the later portions of this map, and you have a hand axe, okay. That is semi-important to know. In fact, let's, to ensure I don't get broken, let's do that. Alright, I have a whole other side of the map to worry about. Now, on Maddening, usually I prefer to just, have everyone go down one side of the map. It's probably not Ike time yet. It will be Ike time eventually, but not now. And I still love that. I'm actually kind of tempted to do this and then heal him with Physic. Just so that I actually have this on the enemy phase.
like a hero.
Speaking of smash weapons, I actually don't think I've mentioned this yet, but, so apparently Lapis is programmed to always hit with her smash attack against, I believe Aaliyah should be able to counter if I do this, but against that enemy on the defense tile, in Chapter 8. I still think that Lapis is just, like, I don't like that they used Lapis as the one to give you the Smash tutorial, because, like, she doesn't really like Smash weapons, overall. She's just not a great user of them. At least I find. Okay, you don't actually have any variety of thunder. Do I lure the Wyvern Lord with Yunaka? I'm not sure if that's exactly the best idea, but I could try. And I believe it only has a melee weapon, so I can go ahead and use that. Let's get Clan in a little closer, not that I will really want to use him a whole lot, and then... right, Tamara. Wherever she goes, she gets attacked by the Axe guy, and since she only has access to lances, there is no possible way she can avoid break, so she's gonna have to just be, I don't know, moral support. Oh, you have a ranged weapon. Yeah, I had a feeling you couldn't get all the way into melee. Okay, so again, longbow duel. Okay, that's a better longbow duel than I expected.
I had no choice but to win.
I kind of like how you can hear the arrows whizzing through the air almost, and that's what I thought might happen, and I probably should have equipped the... Oh yeah, because you had the hand axe, so that's actually the very edge of your range. But okay then, let's see how this goes. Oh, that's actually a lot of damage. And she's not even doubling. Okay, maybe I was actually right to be worried about her speed. Yeah. So, hi Thief. I'm kind of tempted to just one-shot this Thief with Amber. But okay then, I'm also kind of tempted to do this with Amber. See, the thing is, if I do this, I'm going to have to move everyone else really far away because oh, you have a 1 to 2 range weapon. That's important to know. And Amber has not unlocked Ragnar yet. He'd get broken if he did use Ragnar here, though. Is it Amber time? So, resistance 9, you have 20 attack. So that's 11, and then that gets halved. That's actually not a lot of damage overall. Oh boy.
Whoa, engage!
I haven't heard you do that before. But okay then. Oh, I could also try for Great Ether. Because, like, Great Ether with a Forged Great Axe, just like, look at that. That is actually pretty powerful. Because, you know, straight up attacking with the Killer Axe is also viable. Yeah, I sort of wanted to try and kill this guy, though. But I need to crit, though, and that's not totally guaranteed.
Nothing short of victory.
But he got nothing short of victory, so that's good.
That settles it.
Because that's one high move enemy out of the way. And yes, see that right there? That whole, like, meme with, like, all the guns pointed at one person? That's what Amber is right now, and that's generally how Ike users work. On that note, though, okay, so... I want to try and take out some of these other enemies. They're probably going to ignore, Amber if I head over here, though. However... Well, I suppose you can Thunder and Run. Dire Thunder plus Kanto, or Cantor in this case. Jean really has become the second coming of Olwen, kind of. Okay, so that's another cavalry down, which is good. Because it's not so much that I want the cavalry dead because they're a threat. It's more that I want the cavalry dead because oh wow, Clan can double that guy. That's cool. It's because I want the cavalry dead so that more things can attack Amber. Now, I do need that Wyvern Lord to die. Okay, good dodge there.
Did you see that?
Like, admittedly, the enemies in Ike's Paralog were 5 levels higher than we're supposed to be right now, so Clan being one-off, killing things there, might not be the worst thing in the world. We'll see how this goes. I can attempt to... Well, actually, I can't attempt to smash you anymore. Probably in this case, it's a little better if I, dagger you from a distance with Yunaka first, and then have Louis go in. Because that way Louis will take less damage. And do more thanks to poison. I was actually a little wrong about poison earlier. It's not like +1 damage per stack of poison. It's actually... Okay, you do have a 97% hit rate with something, so you should probably go for that. It's actually 1 extra damage with 1 stack, 3 extra damage with 2 stacks, and 5 with 3 stacks. So it's kind of like an odd number progression. So there's also a distinct possibility that these enemies may end up just ignoring Amber. We'll see. There's actually one thing that some people have said that, like, is an asset that maybe Tamara has on Maddening, is that because her defense isn't, like, as high as the Armor Knights, it means that enemies will actually attack her on Maddening mode, whereas they will obviously avoid attacking Armor Knights on Maddening.
I'll do my best.
You've suddenly become Nino. Okay, then. Well, I mean, this is definitely doing your best. Well, I'd appreciate a one-shot, but still. It's kind of funny seeing a Pegasus Knight with a hammer. I still like the Fire Emblem games that give weapons unique sprites. I love how the game paused there for like a second, as if that Pegasus Knight was just contemplating the futility of its existence before the arrow hit. But anyway, what I was saying was, I do like the... I like it when Tamara one-rounds things too. I do like the Fire Emblem games that have unique like images for all of the weapons, because it's so weird when hammers
Think whatever you like.
just look like a regular axe. Like, even some of the sprite-based games, like Maths games and Genealogy, work that way. Now, can I actually make the Thunder, make the L Thunder poke work this time? Just saying, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you, okay. Well, I say Maths games, plural, and I mostly just mean... Okay, that's regular fire, so I'm probably fine to javelin this guy. If I hit, that is. I mostly mean Mystery of the Emblem. The Super NES games.
Who's next?
Because I don't think Math's first game had different sprites for every weapon, although some of, like, the special types of bows and ballistas actually look like full-on cannons in that game, which is interesting. See, Ivy's kind of hogged the attention too much, but, like, logically speaking, I really should have her fly in and deal with some of the enemies. And, oh, wait, okay, no, you're out of range of Lapis. On that note, though, actually, maybe Ivy could fly over here and try and... Okay, that is a Halberdier, though, with 43 HP, and there's also a Swordmaster covering him. But the Swordmaster has a smash weapon. Okay. I don't know if I'm going too far in here, and I don't know if I might end up provoking the reinforcements by doing this. I forget if they're, like, proximity triggered or if they're time triggered. I really hope that I don't end up triggering them. Feels like Ivy so far has been gaining everything but magic, and sometimes speed. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, it's only 5 damage. Ike against mages is often still not a great idea, but it does work. Like, his users can be surprisingly bulky against magic users some of the time.
I won't let this go to my
Just
head.
late game magic users are a lot stronger though. Aha, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. Because for every point of damage Amber takes, he only gets more heroic.
Just like a hero.
He has become Elemental Hero Ike Man. Yes, I've been watching Little Karibo watches Yu-Gi-Oh! GX lately, and it's amazing. Yeah, that does happen sometimes if you're not Panette. Yeah, I knew he crit there because he jumped back.
That settles it.
And yes, you weren't going to attack anyway, so... Yeah, Louis been falling a little behind somewhat, but hey, I guess he does finish this guy off with the, Silver Lance.
Was that sufficient?
Well, yes, that certainly was. I'm kind of wishing that Louis inherited Cantor earlier, but what can you do? benefit of hindsight and all that. Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
It's easy to forget that Amber is still a backup unit.
Another kill for me.
Because, he sure doesn't really need it most of the time.
Still good.
Okay, yes, you are indeed still good. Oh, but that's a sword Pegasus. So no matter what I do with it... Oh, I don't know. If I had Ragnall unlocked, I could actually use Ragnall here, not get broken, and still kill the mage. Although, this feels like such a waste of Great Ether. I'd probably rather run against them in Great Ether. Can you... Oh, not quite. Oh, actually, with a chain attack, you could do that. I mean, that's totally unnecessary, though. But, I mean, I kind of want to do it. Alternatively, actually, no. Clan can just get a little bit of chip damage here and probably level up, and then Aaliyah will go in. Unless Clan crits. He's been low percent critting a lot lately. Okay, no, Clan didn't level up, didn't even come close to leveling up. But okay, yes. Now, I'm a puncher in the face. To kind of quote other little Karibo things.
Dream well.
I once ran like a tournament of one of the Naruto fighting games at my university, and for my like promo for the tournament, I just used the Gonna Punch You in the Face song from Naruto Abridged Comedy Fan Dub Spoof Series show. I'm not entirely against warping Yunaka somewhere right now. Because, to be honest, I'd actually rather do that than actually go with Amber, because Amber would either not counterattack or get broken. I would say it's a waste of warp, but I shouldn't hoard these. You can get more warp staves later. And I know they're going to get really amazing once Micaiah gets back into the picture, but yeah, we're not really close to getting Micaiah back just yet. However, there's a Wolf Knight there, okay. And that probably doubles, wow, non-corrupted Wolf Knights actually look pretty cool. I'll just say, though, this is kind of something of a spoiler, but you don't actually fight non-corrupted Wolf Knights very often, like at all. They're surprisingly pretty rare. Although, if I do that, I believe you have exactly enough speed to double me. She does have Cancer inherited, though. I believe she can actually Cancer out of range if she does that. 1, 2. Yeah, she should be able to. I hope those aren't famous last words, but let's go. As May would say, I'm still hyper, let's go.
Who's next?
I still really love that line. Just in general, the voice acting in Echoes is amazing. It's just, I've said it before, but it turned what was originally like my, like one of the most forgettable casts in all of Fire Emblem to me, into one of my absolute favorites. And I'm really hoping that a potential remake of Thracia could do that, because right now Thracia is the most forgettable cast to me in Fire Emblem. Especially Ralph. Like, Ralph is just like a generic villager except playable. Admittedly, he's kind of endearing exactly for that reason. Ivy's bulky. I don't think she's gonna be at risk of dying to that. Hello, Halberdier. 8. Yeah, that's 20. That still wouldn't have been enough. She doesn't double, though. I do like how you can clearly see if somebody's gonna double, like, in the actual during battle forecast.
Dropped your guard.
Like how you can see the 225s there with Yunaka.
Was that too much?
Because I've seen, like, Iron Mans of the earlier games where oftentimes people don't realize somebody's getting doubled until it's way too late. Okay, so, like I was saying, this is where I want to show off the power of the Great Ether with the Great Axe. So I'm kind of wondering whether I just swing into the center already. So I definitely appreciate Yunaka's help over here. I don't want Amber to be stuck looting the treasure room, though. I could always rescue staff him, though. Oh, speaking of being stuck. Speaking of rescue staff, I probably should have rescue staffed Louis up here. And, right. There's Miss Wolf Knight up there. So we'll need to beat her before she can find out what time it is. Yeah, I think, like, What's a Time, Mr. Wolf is a game that several countries play. It's probably, like, a UK thing as far as Origin goes. Wait, I'm guessing I double you with this, but not with the Silver Bow. Interesting. Yeah, I don't double with the Silver Bow. I would kind of like Alcaris to get this kill, but it's not the end of the world if he doesn't. Again, it's still really... Oh, actually, wait, that actually let Alcaris kill. Of course, he crit anyway, but still.
I had no choice.
See, again, Duel... I really like Duel Assist. It's just... It's a skill that helps more than you'd think it would. Though that won't really help all that much. It's also really funny to see people chain attack across rivers and, like, like, walls, as we saw on the Ike Paralog. Anna definitely would get doubled if you tried to use a Radiant Bow. Well, I suppose I have to provoke them sometime, and Lapis with this is not going to get doubled, so, should be fine-ish. And there's a support with Anna over there. Because you don't have a physics staff, you're, like, just out of range. And there's a bunch of axes up there, so Tamara is not really going to do all that well. She'll do pretty well against that Swordmaster, though.
I will endure.
But Ivy actually has been pretty good at killing axe users in this playthrough so far, so let's have you go up here. And I'm probably being a little bit too crazy with physics staffs, but once again, you know, you don't really want to hoard resources.
You got it.
And you're going to stay there just for the... Because I feel like Lapis will probably need the support with Anna here. So, yeah. Amber can't counterattack at this point, because he's charging up Great Ether. Which, yeah, I've kind of forgot to say this, but, like, yeah, it's just kind of to be expected. Smash Bros, yeah. Great Ether is canon now. It was a Smash Bros move previously. Like... I thought for a second that was actually an attack on Anna with, like, a ranged dagger, but you don't have a ranged dagger.
I won't let anyone die.
And speaking of, yeah, Smash moves being canon, here's Great Ether. I love when things actually die to Great Ether, because you just watch them, like, explode on the map screen. Amber is not really gaining a lot of strength lately, which is kind of not great. Still off of you-know-what.
You got it.
Which is Ragnall. I was about to say that I'm off of the door too, but then I just realized, oh wait, I can do this. Because I have Ike, I just instantly explode the door. And yes, I probably am going to just rescue Staff Louis in a little bit further. Yeah, this is the problem with General. Even though Armor Knights have the same movement as other on-foot classes, General doesn't gain any movement over Armor Knight. How does Diffuse Healer work again? I don't actually use Martial Masters all that often. When unit is healed by a staff, all adjacent... Okay, so somebody else has to heal Aaliyah for that to work. Kind of a weird class to put on a healer, but okay. Right, I did say that Tamara would kind of like to lure this guy. And let's see. I see your... Actually, no, I'd rather... Do I double you? No, I don't even come close to doubling you. Even with my Fenzilier, so in that case, I will see your Smash Weapon and raise you my own Smash Weapon. Was kind of hoping that'd be experience, but oh well. Now I need to kill that Wolf Knight, and Pandreo would be attacking one of his own brethren if he did that. So let's actually get 2 chain attacks on it without really trying. This is just kind of why I like using a lot of backup units. It's just kind of part of my playstyle. I just really like chain attacks. Partly because I discovered, like, how good they were midway through my first playthrough, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, chain attacks are really good. I need to use them more. Let's see. That's not really the greatest of things. And that isn't either, but it's not like you get to attack me, because the Stiletto is, for some reason, only 1 range in this game. Actually, it was only 1 range in Path of Radiance, wasn't it?
You know.
But it also wasn't, it's not effective against armors in this game. Defeat 200 enemy soldiers, nice. Okay, one of those is a Berserker. So how much damage does Ivy take from the first guy? 12. So she has 18 defense, Berserker has 39 attack. I think that puts the damage at 21? which is just barely enough for her to survive. Okay, then. However, I mean, Pandreo can heal, which I think is the... Oh, wait, no, he did Thunder Poke that guy. I was about to say it's the only thing Pandreo has done all map, but it's not really.
I hear you.
Yeah, I did say this before, but I do normally like to bring Merrin to this map, just because her high movement helps quite a lot.
Unforgivable.
But I wanted to show off Pandreo a little bit. So, unless she doesn't get double. Sorry that I sounded like a snake for a second there. So yeah, with defense of 10 versus your 39 attack, he does 29 damage. But I do have an elixir, so... I'm not necessarily opposed to you attacking Lapis. And, oh right, I have my, clan. You know, okay, so this is something really strange that I can mention because, yeah. So, it seems like clan has been so blessed for me in this playthrough that I actually had a dream recently where clan came to me in a dream and, like, I forget exactly what he was trying to tell me, but, like, yeah, he was, like, I had a dream and he was just there. It was weird. And then I knew I was dreaming, because then I walked into another room. It was one of those dreams where you dream, like, that you woke up. So, like, you dream that you woke up, like, in your room, and, like, I was getting out of bed, and then Clan was there. And then I went into another room, and I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming. And then I opened my eyes, and then bang, I was actually awake. It's just always funny when you have dreams like that. But yeah, and it was very clearly like Clan's in-game model too, like with the Mage Knight outfit and everything. So like, he must just be really memorable to me in this playthrough specifically. Kind of like Lapis was for me in my personal first playthrough of this game. Yeah, Lapis hasn't been quite as good this time. And I would say Alquist hasn't been quite as good, but Alquist has actually been doing pretty well for me in the last few maps. Also, I have reached the central portion of this map a lot faster than I usually do when I play this game. Although, in part, that's because...
You have my respect.
I would say it's because I did Ike's Paralog before this in both my first playthrough and also Maddening, so... Yeah, I don't know, I guess it's just like, you know, you learn the maps as you progress through the game, and I don't like the one if he has a Javelin. And you sort of get faster and faster at it the more you go through. Now let me just see, and yeah, that is in fact a one-shot, so let's do that.
Just like a hero.
Sometimes it's easy to think that you only have Wrath while you're engaged, but no, it's a sync skill as well. Yeah, I don't know why Ike has 4 sync skills. Admittedly, Demolish doesn't really do a whole lot. Some people have actually told me that reposition is actually quite effective for grinding, like, Emblem bond levels for some reason. Like, that it actually gives you a lot of bond points. I'm not really sure why it works like that. It also gives support points, too. Just like some of the other skills, like Draw Back and Swap. Am I gonna need Anna up here? Or Alchrist? Because I am going to need all my bow users, like, right on here, because eventually there's going to be a swarm of Wyvern Lords that come. Because as you can see, these areas here aren't in enemy range, well, at least not currently, there was a Swordmaster here, and there's a lot of dead people spirits, so that should kind of tell you something. So I've already got a full engage on Aaliyah left, so I might be able to use that against the 4 Hounds. Okay, so hopefully you don't do... Oh, I mean, you're doing a little bit of damage to Lapis. A bit more than I would have liked, but still. Hello, you... Yeah, chain attacks. Speaking of a bit more damage than I would have liked, maybe I should have sent somebody up here. However, you are not long for this world.
That settles it.
I wish I had used a Forge to steal Great Axe in my first playthrough. Did not know the wonders of that at the time. Okay. So, Silver Spirit Art. Okay, yeah. This one is pretty nice for key adepts, if they have decent strength and magic. See, the sad thing about Temera is that she actually would be a pretty good key adept, if it weren't for the fact that, like, she kind of sucks when reclassed because she doesn't have Sandstorm.
No mistakes.
No mistakes, huh? Well, yeah, you better make no mistakes or Lapis may die.
You really saved my skin.
I mean, that's actually kind of true. It's not like, you know, healing 1 HP and someone says, "You saved me!" It's always kind of funny when that happens.
Who's next?
And you can't even get into Ivy, so that's probably... okay. So I have 2 bow users down here. Maybe they only spawn when you aggro the 4 hounds, or the enemies inside here. Aha, okay, good. There is a space where I can lure that hero and not lure the other guy, because I would kind of like to fight them separately, if at all possible. And let's see. Let's get... you've got 21 speed. Yeah, the hero has 20 speed, so... enemy stats are definitely starting to ramp up, even on non-maddening. So in fact, okay, that hero, I'm going to do the same thing that I did to the Sword Master, because in this case you don't double, so that should be okay. 40, yeah, nah, she's not going to one-shot with Divinely Inspiring. But I mean, Yunaka's probably going to one round, actually, is she? 17, 18, 19, 20. No, she's 1 speed off of 1 round of doubling that guy. But I guess I'd rather have the Divinely Inspiring on you than I would on Yunaka. In fact, maybe Pandrea will be my designated chest-grabbing guy on this side.
Great help.
Hello there. Yeah, we've established that Yunaka doesn't double you, because if she had 1 more speed, she would. Probably should have equipped the dagger with the higher crit rate, but still.
I won't let this go to my head.
Do like the fact that that missed. Hello there, hero. Yeah, not a whole lot of damage, but... I was about to say Temera might make a decent user of Wrath, but she is kind of designed for Ike. The problem is I just feel like Ike is just, I don't know, better on other people. I mean, Alcrest is probably going to get Lin back just naturally, but just, you know, because no one else is using that Emblem energy right now. And I'd rather take the kill here with Temera.
Allow me!
Here goes! Think whatever you like.
I'm not really sure what Temera means by that, but I guess it just means, like, I don't know, one of those I vaguely regret killing you kind of lines. Okay, so we've got... oh yeah, you're a High Priest rather than a Martial Master. Yeah, the fist icon on the map makes me think that you're a Chain Guarder, but you aren't. That right there is a Chain Guarder, and we also have... so... okay, no, we'll think later about this. Firstly, I would very much like for Yunaka to finish off her level up, and hopefully gain speed. Could you gain speed for me, please?
Another kill for me.
Okay, just barely a level. Okay, good, speed. Yeah, her luck is actually not all that high either. In fact, I actually feel like there's not a whole lot of characters in Engage who have very good luck stats. But, okay, I believe that Morvia and Zephyr's ranges, do they overlap? I don't normally fight the 4 Hounds this early, especially since, those Wyvern reinforcements haven't spawned yet. Speaking of Wyvern reinforcements, yeah, Wormslayer is one of, like, Wyvern's one of the few things that the Wormslayer is good against. Yeah, I can actually attack the door with the Thunder. And it's got issues in that regard. Because, like, really, bows do just as good a job of against enemy Wyverns, and there's a certain other thing that, personally, I would very much appreciate having, let's just say I would very much appreciate having, that, against, and the Wormslayer, I mean. Actually, wait, no, is that in range of Zephyr? Ah, it is in range of Zephyr. Okay, so I can't actually lure both Zephyr and, lures, yeah. If I lure one of them, I lure both of them, basically, yeah. Hortensia, I don't think she's going to start doing anything just yet. The Fracture Staff has 1 to 10 range. I like how you can actually view the hit rate of enemy staves. Yeah, so Zephyr, like, she does a lot of damage with her Thoron, and also she has 2 health bars. How fast is Morvier? Yeah, he's very, very slow. Okay, so I will double him definitely. Oh, no, but I get broken if I use the, I do get broken if I use the Levin Sword, because the Flame Lance is indeed a lance. Speaking of which, Levin Sword versus Flame Lance. For some reason, the Flame Lance, you won't see its exact stats here, it's a lot worse than the Levin Sword, and I don't know why. It really shouldn't be, but, like, the Levin Sword should be weaker, being a sword, but apparently not.
Lend me your strength.
Okay, so... I'm not really sure if this is the best of ideas without Amber, but we'll see. Guess you can go there for literally moral support on Clan.
Big help.
Big help, that 1 HP, big help. Oh, okay, interesting, they didn't go in. Yeah, yeah, the 4 Hounds like to all rush you at the same time. The issue is that I'm a little concerned with Aaliyah getting dogpiled by the 4 Hounds. Oh yeah, also Marnie is a thing. But her weapon is magical, and Jean's resistance is insane. So I can probably afford to put Jean here, and not equip Thunder. I don't know if this will actually work, but we'll see. It's entirely possible Hortensia... Yeah, technically Hortensia is within break range, though. Speaking of technically Yunaka has better, resistance than defense, so I guess she can go there, maybe. But Louis is not going to want to be around all these magic users. I was kind of hoping that would be experienced, though. So the question is whether or not Clan runs in. If he does, I vaguely trust him to be okay. Okay, and now we can start looting this treasure room. I know what's in one of these. There we go, Radiant Bow. So that's where you're kind of supposed to get a Radiant Bow for the first time. And that means I can have both Alchrist and Anna using theirs. Okay, yeah, this orange range here, I believe that would be Hortensia's range on Fracture. Oh, okay, Hortensia is listed as moving now. I'm guessing because somebody went in range of the 4 Hounds? None of them moved, but it seemed like it provoked Hortensia anyway. Guess I can... Actually, Tamara does need a little bit of healing.
Thanks.
But I do need to keep my archers on call because I know there's going to be a whole bunch of Wyvern Lords spawning soon. Okay. Okay, yeah, somebody's getting fractured. And that's admittedly quite smart. Also, the music that's playing right now, get used to this song.
The stolen rings. You'll return them, won't you?
Because you're going to be hearing this song a lot from now on. Oh, that was a pretty unlucky thing to get hit by, actually. Oh, wait, you have a steel lance, don't you?
Your army is not to be trifled with. Because I respect you, I will hold nothing back.
Please don't tell me this kills Clan. Oh, it exactly does. Oh, and of course, he got hit by a 17 and a 34, really? Clan has not been lucky lately. I kind of wonder about something, but I don't know if this is going to work. I could try a Leah Bondage Shield. Okay, you broke Tamara that... So, okay, assuming that,
The stolen rings.
Oh, right, you're attacking Tamara right then. Okay.
I'll protect you.
But you got dual guarded. So, okay, now I can talk about why the Fracture Staff causes the enemy's AI to go to mush. So, for some reason, enemies are complete morons with the Fracture Staff. So, they broke Tamara with that.
Solm Palace is so pretty. It's a nicer tomb than you deserve.
Even though Tamara would not have counterattacked either of them anyway, and she was going to get chain guarded either way. So, yeah. The AI's sense of target priority with the Fracture Staff is, yeah, I want to use a nicer word than moronic, but I can't really come up with one. It's one of the, okay, so like, yeah, some enemies are a bit dumb with like smash weapons and stuff in this game so far, but overall, I do think Engage has some of the better AI. Oh yeah, yes, boots, by the way. Boots are a thing. Definitely want to grab those. Yeah, you always tend to get boots inside a castle chapter, I just realized. But, okay, yeah. So, like, normally, Engage is one of the games with the better AI in the Fire Emblem series. But Fracture is the one exception. For some reason, enemies with Fracture just have no clue how to use Fracture properly. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna break somebody who's, I don't know, I just break who's ever in my range. I don't know. It's, you'll see that later, because from now on, you'll start seeing more and more enemies with Fracture Staves, and, like...
By a bunch of weaklings.
The AI on them is just dumb, basically.
The floor's slippery. That's the only reason I lost. I'm going home.
Who are you, Proton John in Super Luigi U? Yeah, Jean is definitely starting to snowball a bit. It's kind of the thing about, like I've said earlier, that, like, characters tend to, like, change their priorities as the game goes. Like, Clan's magic is starting to fall off, whereas Jean's is starting to get a lot better. So Zephyr, I believe, has, yes, who reduces damage from effectiveness. So it's not like Alcaris is going to do that great a job against Zephyr. But he apparently still takes out one of her health bars. Of course, he still gets countered even with the longbow because of Thoron, but, you know, I think I actually want Alcaris to get the full kill here. So somebody needs to take out Zephyr's first health bar. I've got to be careful, though, because despite actually displaying as having, a fist weapon, you do have magic, so I do want to keep Louis very far away from that. And, oh yeah, speaking of magic, yeah, that's magical. Yeah, just as far as songs go, this one is also like, I don't know, it's not really my favorite as far as like boss themes in Fire Emblem games to go. It's basically just do-do, 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 and just repeat that endlessly.
No, you're dead.
Alas. My orders do not involve dying. I take my leave.
I kind of like that. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Just like, oh, I'm okay with dying, but only if I'm ordered to. This guy's probably gonna break Yunaka, but still. Let's see if I can. Yeah, the issue with Zephyr is really no matter what you do, you're taking a counterattack.
Here we go.
I like how her version of Thoron looks like a really dark magic beam. It's kind of like a dark version of Robin's Thoron from Awakening. Oh, I could actually Parthia her with Aaliyah. Sometimes, yeah, I forget that I have the Parthia if I'm using, like, somebody,
Well, if it isn't my favorite lizard, how's Solm treating you?
One, I didn't really notice that disco ball before, and two, I don't think I've got this boss conversation before either. But yeah, I often forget that I have the Parthia if I'm using Lucina in a more support capacity.
Don't you worry, your friends are safe with me. Sigurd, Celica, Micaiah, Mar.
I'm just picturing, she's reenacting fanfics with all of them as we speak, isn't she?
You?
Oh, did you want to see them? Shame I didn't bring them with me. Couldn't have you taking them, could I?
I do think it's kind of cool that, like, attacking Solm was not the villain's plan.
To stop you.
Because it would have been, like, it would have been a little dumb to do it this early. And then Hortensia kind of ruined their plans by going in too soon. And, speaking of plan ruining, hi there. Let's see if I can... You're going to be taking an awful lot of damage from that, but I don't really think there's much of a way that,
I'm sorry you're stuck with me.
Actually, no you won't be, because I'm going to Alacrity you. That's apparently not Alacrity. That is Alacrity. Okay, I Alacrity and win with this. Unless I miss either of these.
Me first.
Okay, that helps. That also helps.
I will protect everyone.
And that really helps.
Quite strong. That would have been too easy, I suppose. We'll meet again soon enough.
Oh, she's not kidding. So we are actually getting into about the point of Engage that is, let's just say, not my favorites. This is kind of like the first map in a while that I personally am not in, like, I don't know, like, this map isn't bad, it's just not particularly fantastic either to me. But given that every single map up until this point, I personally feel has been incredible, I mean, that's kind of a small price, that's kind of not really, you know, the worst thing in the world, but yeah, even still, this is about the point where Engage does start to lose a little bit of its magic for me. The next few chapters, I'm not the biggest fan of. Okay, I kind of doubt you'll take the bait if I do this, but I can try. I'm also a little concerned that the Wyvern reinforcements haven't shown up yet. So, who's getting broken? Yunaka. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. But here's the thing. Yunaka wouldn't have been able to counterattack you anyway. So it's just, break AI. Break enemy AI with break staves is a riddle wrapped in an enigma wrapped in another enigma. I know I said that quote wrong, but it makes sense because there they are. It's less than I expected. I think there's more on Maddening. But, like, it makes sense given that, you know, the AI is really, really stupid with Fracture Staff. It's just, like, it's just one of those things that, like, only people who've really played a lot of Engage will know, but it's just, like, Fracture Staff AI is kind of a minor meme for me.
You have my respect.
It gets even dumber, too. Like, if you put a single character who no other enemy unit is in range of one Fracture Staff enemy, the Fracture Staff enemy will still fracture them. Even though there is literally no point in breaking somebody if you aren't going to attack them with another unit in the same turn. It's just incredible.
Here we go.
I just did that for the level up. That was a good reason to do that. Really, the only thing I could hope more for there is build. Speaking of which, yeah, I can take you down with Louis. Just gotta be a little careful not to get too close to Hortensia, for multiple reasons.
My apologies.
So, from what I remember of something really getting me in my first playthrough, Louis continues to not gain strength, you kind of want to focus down Hortensia and take her out as quickly as possible. Because there's something that Hortensia can end up doing that's a bit of a gotcha trap and not entirely fair. It's sort of meant to work around her dance ability. Oh right, okay, that's why I engage with Lynn, because I think I should be able to do this now. Yeah, you're dead.
I'll apologize later.
Don't even need to show that animation, because we knew the outcome. And we've got just a couple of Pegasus Knights incoming, and you know what? They might even be just in time for Amber to take them down. I do want to see if I can do a boss conversation. You, though, have... Oh, yeah, Lewin is effective against Wyverns as well. Of course, dragon effectiveness, what am I saying? Because I was ranting about that earlier. So, okay, she doesn't even have any tomes. Kind of good to know, but also Lewin does have that annoying increased damage based on speed thing. She also has 3 health bars. And yeah, here we see the fracture issue. It's like, nobody was in range of Yunaka. You had no reason to do that. We have some people... you know, I need to get Anna closer. I'm not going to attack her yet. Because, like I was saying, I really, really do need to kind of blast through her health bars quickly. Because if I don't, then, she does something that is, let's just say, incredibly problematic. Though, I wonder if Louis might be able to... I doubt she'll actually move in. In fact, I probably need to have, Alcris nearby. Okay, she moved in. Okay, right. That makes things easier. I thought I'd have to lure her with Louis, but no. She decided to make things easier for me. Yeah, Lewin is still doing 8 damage, even though she has 22 attack versus my 26 defense. So that extra damage from, like, must really be, okay, that's a whole health bar gone. Let's do that. And the music's back.
I must get the rings. I must save Father.
But yeah, it must be, like, true damage.
Get what ring? No.
I like those double arrows
I
there.
have no choice but to win.
And that should get you Luna. There we go, that's Luna. Yeah, Alcris went from level 2 all the way to level 5 in one battle.
I will defeat you. It's the only way to...
The emblem is surging with Fell Dragon energy. Be on your guard.
It seems that Byleth has channeled the power of Dimitri. Foes synced with Dark Emblems may enter a rampage state when they use Revival Stones. That's why her Revival Stones were purple. Their additional strength comes from forcing the emblem's power out of control. Now what this means is... that... yeah, a bunch of enemies just spawn. So, if you trigger the rampage state right before your turn ends, these reinforcements will spawn, I think, like, still on the player phase, and they'll be able to attack you on the enemy phase. That got me in my first playthrough, and I admit that is a little bit unfair, because the game doesn't really tell you that will happen. But yes, now that she is in Rampage mode, she has access to the Sword of the Creator. She's not equipping it, though, so it's not like it's going to actually really do a whole lot. But I believe that... I forget if the emblem stat bonuses get better at all, but basically, yeah, you want to take down Hortensia quickly after she does this, so you don't even have to worry about the Sword of Creator. I personally think Creator Sword would have rolled off the tongue better, but they just had to translate it as, like, full-on Sword of the Creator. Actually, let's have Tamara take a health bar. Yeah, Hortensia is really scary if you let her get the first strike, but if you fight her on your own terms, she's not that bad.
Think whatever you like.
Okay, more dex is nice. Like, her dex is effectively her attack stat, given Sandstorm. I doubt I'll need Clan to take down Hortensia's last health bar so I can have him get some experience off somebody else. Oh, and hey, level up too! Why are his eyes so angry? I'm just gonna do this just because I want the conversation.
Hortensia, please, come to your senses.
Why fight me, Ivy? All I want is to bring Father back. Don't you miss him?
Of course. So much I fear my heart will never mend. That's why I cannot lose you two.
First one's great!
One more!
Yeah, Weaver Bird does a great job there, just like with Alchrist and Diamant and their relative. I am assuming that there is going to be special boss dialogue for these, except, okay, yeah, so Lewin still has dragon effectiveness, even though Alear is not in the Divine Dragon class. It kind of works the way that it did for, like, reclassing Noe in Fire Emblem Awakening. I just really want the boss dialogue, because I'm pretty sure there'll be boss dialogue here. No, there isn't, okay.
My turn!
I'm honestly really surprised that Aaliyah survives that. I mean, Anna can one-round this guy with a Radiant Bow, at least. Okay, that is a guy. Thought for a second that I mistook his gender, but no, the moment that he took damage, I realized. And just Dire Thunder that guy. And, hopefully, if Louis actually hits, those two Pegasus Knights will get to live. And, yeah, I suppose this is the best damage I've got.
I'll go first.
Fine! Why does nothing go my way?
Amber was still the MVP when he didn't even take part in the big boss melee at the end of the map. That really says something. But that is the end of the battle for Solm. And just like in Chapter 8, I'm going to cut things here. Because at the start of the next part, well, let's just say I'm going to have a couple of bios to go over. And one of them is going to be very, very important. So, I'll see you all next time for that.